Hey y'all, Dr. Charlie here. This morning there was a lot on my mind, so I'm gonna probably do 3 videos in a row. So this is the first one. This is called What We Think We Know, the importance of continuing to learn. So here is your crunchy number for the day. What we think we know, we are humans. We think we're fairly well versed on what has happened in the history of humanity over the last I would say 2,000 years. I'm sure other people have other numbers. And the last number I saw, these numbers could be completely wrong. The last number I saw about human history, like modern-ish human history, is about 4 million years. So your crunchy number is going to be 2,000 years over 4 million. But what that comes out to is about 1/2 of 1/1000th of 1%. So think about it this way. That's if you don't like crunchy numbers, because I love them, which most people don't. Think about if you have 1,000 oranges and you cut each of them in half. What we think we know a lot about is exactly 1/2 of one orange. And think about it that it took 4,000 years to grow that one orange. So that's really how much we actually may know about kind of the history of humans and humanity and what we were doing. And frankly, we might be wrong about a lot of it. I would say what gets fed to us as the public is an even smaller amount of what information is, actually exists, and it comes through a very particular lens. I talked about objectivity, so it comes through the lens of trying to be objective. Well, if I were an observer, no. Once you touch an artifact, you change. You yourself change, and perhaps the artifact changes. We don't actually know kind of what was happening, and how that got us to here. In my estimation, there's a couple million years missing. If we talk about knowing, 2,000 years, even 5 or 10,000 years ago, is still a very small amount of time in the grand history of humanity. I would say we know even less, and that's kind of humanity on Earth, or at least so we think. I would say we know even less about the cosmos, about other than Earth. Earth is a very, very, very small piece of a very, 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 very large universe. That my understanding that that's ever expanding, that continues to grow and evolve. And our knowledge should continue to grow and evolve too. I would say that if we're taking a hard stance, and absolutely I'm including myself in this, if we're taking a hard stance on something, a question to ask is it based on outdated knowledge? Is this information still true? Now, be gentle here with yourself. This information was probably true, or you thought it was true when you learned it. And as we kind of grow and evolve ourselves, is this information still true? Are you still making decisions based on this particular information? So really, it's important to continue to learn and grow yourself, continue to evolve what your body, yourself, your brain, what all of these pieces of yourself, what they know or what you think they know. And I would say this is also true for beliefs. We do a lot of things based on beliefs, based on other people's beliefs, I would say. Part of that is being raised, if you were raised by someone else other than yourself, which the overwhelming majority of us were, then that person or those people's beliefs are then passed down into you, whether you know it or not. But it's also true about just ideas. We have to think about the origins of things. The origins of gynecology, for instance, were carried out by white people as observer on black people, often slave women, and so that's sort of the history of gynecology, and we have to understand there's in that particular case, racist, misogynistic, a whole bunch of other ists and isms that this was based on. And so we have to look at the framing of things both individually in the moment as well as at the broader level. That's one example. There are literally millions of examples, and probably more than that, billions, trillions, but those numbers get scary when we think about them. So I'm just encouraging us, myself included still, to be open to learning something new all of the time. Even if we're very sure that this one thing is true, your truth is not going to be my truth, or anyone else's truth. We're all coming. I talked about being located. We're all located in our very specific selves with our very specific paradigm, which is based on our very specific culture, our location in that culture. There's so many factors that go into it. It is dizzying almost, but really I'm encouraging you to be open and to continue to learn and continue to grow as you yourself evolve. All right, take great care. I'll check in with you again soon. Bye now.